South Africa. South Africa, the southernmost country on the African continent, renowned for its varied topography, great natural beauty, and cultural diversity, all of which have made the country a favorite destination for travel since the legal ending of apartheid in 1994. South Africa's remoteness, it lies thousands of miles distant from major African cities such as Lagos and Cairo, and more than 6,000 miles away for most of Europe, North America, and Eastern Asia, where its major trading partners are located, helped reinforce the official system of apartheid for a large part of the 20th century. With that system, the government controlled by the minority with populations enforced segregations between government-defined race in housing, education, and virtually all spheres of life, creating in effect three nations, one of whites, of people primarily of British and Dutch. Inserting how struggle for generations to gain political supremacy, a struggle that reached in violent apex with the South African War of 1898 to 1902, one of black and one of colored and ethnic Asians. South Africa is bordered by Namibia to the northwest, by Botswana and Zimbabwe to the north, and by Mozambique and Switzerland to the northeast and east. Lesotho, an independent country in an enclave in the eastern part of Republic, entirely surrounded by South African territory. South Africa's coastline borders the Indian Ocean to the southeast and the Atlantic Ocean to the southwest. The country possesses two small sub-Antarctic islands, Prince Edward and Myron, situated in Indian Ocean about 1,200 miles southeast of Cape Town. The former South African possessions of Walvis Bay on the Atlantic coast, some 400 miles north of the Orange River, became part of Namibia in 1994. South Africa contains three major soil regions. East of approximately longitude 25, soils have formed under wet summers and dry winter conditions. The more important soil types there are laterite, unleached subtropical soils, and clay-like podzolic soils. A second major region lies within our area, receiving year-round precipitations in Western Cape and Eastern Cape, and generally contains grey sand and sand loam soils. Almost the entire country lies within the temperate zones, and extremes of heat and cold are rare. Its location next to subtropical high-pressure belt of descending air produces stable atmospheric conditions where most of its surface area, and the climate generally is dry. The climate is greatly influenced by the oceans that surrounding the country to the east, south, and west. The temperatures salons of the southern oceans exercise considerable influence on weather patterns, especially in winter when their circulations move northward. The cold northward flowing Benguela current not only cools the west coast considerable but also contributes on the dryness and stability of the atmosphere over the western part of the country.